Hi everybody, Ann with Wonder Woman Coaching again. Just checking back in. As I promised, we're going to talk a little bit about having a child with ulcerative colitis. Today I want to talk about what it looks like from mom's perspective. So as I talked about yesterday, we finally had our diagnosis and I've gotten over my mom fail moment. So what does our life look like now? Hi Holcombs. To begin with, actually, our life, hey Al, our life looks normal. Like Mason looks like any other normal teenager. He runs track, he plays baseball. We actually just got home from a band concert. So on the outside, you would never know that anything different is going on with Mason. However, that's not necessarily the case. Once we had our diagnosis, of course, hey Lynn, we started with prednisone immediately. If you remember, if you read my blog, as soon as we had our diagnosis, we were getting on a plane for Baltimore. So prednisone immediately takes his flares down, and hi Lynn, and gives him immediately relief. So that was perfect for us when we were going to Baltimore. From there, we determined what medication he would be on. Again, to begin with, for the first year, he was just on daily medication. He takes 4 pills daily. And that seemed to keep him in remission, and that was great. Fast forward to this fall when he decided he was going to run cross country, and he went into a flare, and it took us, the prednisone didn't take it down. Nothing seemed to be helping. So we've switched up medications. As his mom, I have learned I've gotten very familiar with his doctor's office and the nurses. Often I feel like I'm bugging them because I'm calling them and asking them questions, which typically you would think is just a normal stomach ache. And I'll call, and I've apologized many times that I don't know if I should be calling, if this is just a bug, or if he's actually going into a flare, and they always reassure me that I should always call. So that's great. I've learned that I know what questions they're going to ask. So Mason has to be, hey Katie, Mason has to be very specific about what his symptoms are, and typically this is not stuff that a 15-year-old boy is going to want to explain. So he'll say, I just don't feel right. And I'll say, Mace, you can't, I can't call the doctor's office and tell them you just don't feel right. Hey, Tom, what specifically is going on? You know, do you have pain? Where does it hurt? When does it hurt? Is there blood? Hey, Tori, you know, so those are the kinds of conversations that I have to have with my 15-year-old now when he's going into a flare. This past fall, we switched to infusions, which he gets every 8 weeks, which actually seems to be helping. But now what that means is that we have to plan vacations and time off and, hey, Lisa, our daily lives around his infusions because we don't want him to miss. Within 6 weeks, he starts having symptoms again, so we know that the infusions are keeping him in check, and that's great, but we don't want to miss them. And the infusion center only does infusions on Thursdays, so we really work our world around that. So that's a little bit about what's going on with us. That's what my life looks like with Mason. It's a whole new world for all of us. When he has his colonoscopies and endoscopies, it's always tough for a parent to know that your kid is under anesthesia. And so that's always a little nerve-wracking. But again, he comes through it like a champ. He has gotten used to those IVs. He never complains. But we'll get more into how Mason feels and what life looks like for him and how he deals with the whole thing in the future. If you guys want more info, check out my blog. I will post it later. Good to see you guys. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for watching, guys.